So, 6ix9ine just dropped his newest album, Dummy Boy. I liked it way more than I thought I would, and today we're going to talk about what the best songs from it are. Now, unless he wants all his verses to sound like the Bobby Shmurda verse on Stoopid, I'm assuming this is the last project that we're going to get from him for a long time. Don't get me wrong, I'm not really happy about that, but like I said, I'm assuming this is the last 6ix9ine project we're going to get for a while, so I don't really know where his career is going to go after this. So with that being said, this is CDTVProductions. Hit me up on those social media accounts, especially Twitter, and today we're going to be talking about the best songs from Dummy Boy.
They try to say I wasn't black no more, about as black as Macklemore. They don't like me cause I'm Mexican, sent me back now I'm back again.
This track is pretty weird. It has this almost off-putting sound to it, and it doesn't really start to pick up until the second verse. But when we get there, it's hard to not crack a smile at it. There's just something enjoyable about 6ix9ine and Kanye West trading bars that interpolate Milkshake by Khalees and talking about the hate they've received from people. They have this really weird chemistry together, and it makes for a track which isn't meant to be taken too seriously, and it functions perfectly as that.
Everything up to pop. I got them big rocks in my ear nuggets. I got my whole team flooded. Sax on Fefe, I'm with your bitch, she buying everything I wanted.
Here we have one of the more melody-focused tracks on the album, and it works surprisingly well. I don't really know why Lil Baby didn't just handle the hook on this track, cause it sounds like 6ix9ine is kinda trying to sound like him on the chorus here anyway, but either way, it still sounds pretty nice. Lil Baby has a nice enough verse, but 6ix9ine is honestly my favourite part of this song. His verse got stuck in my head instantly, and it's got me thinking that I might actually prefer this relaxed version of him over his shouting style. This is a banger with a real summer vibe to it, and it's really replayable, being only 2 minutes long.
Whole squad on point, bunch of crisp balls.
Tiki Taki Spanish mommy, she a hot tamale. Make 'em spend that money, dummy, go retarded for me.
The first time I listened to this track, I thought it was just okay, nothing too special, and here we are a day or two later, and all that's going through my head is Tiki Taki Spanish mommy, she a hot tamale. Out of all the songs on the album, this is the one that I could see becoming the biggest club song from it, minus Fefe of course, which is already huge in clubs over here. Speaking of Fefe, this track is similar in a couple ways to that track. They both have a Nicki Minaj feature, and they both show 6ix9ine using this low-key delivery, but I definitely enjoy him on here more than Fefe due to the fact that it sounds like he tried just slightly more with his flow on this one. Kanye is brash and entertaining as always, and Nicki struck me as the one that put the most effort into her lyrics on here, so she was enjoyable too. To be honest, the main thing that pulls me in so much here is the hook and the beat, which is pretty reminiscent of Slippery by the Migos, but the verses are still cool too.
I can't sleep, just talking about 15. Had to break it down to 3. Get on one knee, I pray to the Lord that he watch my family.
So this was 6ix9ine going for a song with a slightly more emotional and sentimental vibe to it, and at first that is hard to take serious because he's just such a meme. But after you get past that, it actually sounds pretty great. It's one of the very few songs where I like Gunna. His toned down delivery fits the more sensitive mood of the track, and I know it's a comparison I make a lot, but when his voice is more mellow, he sounds significantly less like Young Thug than when he tries to go more high-pitched. As for 6ix9ine, we actually get slightly more substance on this than we're used to from him, talking about people changing up on him, and his autotune crooning works surprisingly well to complement this theme. I never thought I'd enjoy a song that sounds like this from our Treyway resident Rainbow, but I really did.
I do my own stunts, Jackie Chan with it. I do my own stunts, Jackie Chan with it. I do my own shit. I don't need 50 niggas to roll with. Full shit. I'm on my goalie, I'm on my bullshit. I do my own shit.
Kika is definitely one of the most hype songs on the entire project. I have this song on repeat all the time now, and it's pretty much became my biggest guilty pleasure song at the moment. This is just a flat out banger, and I love every element of it, from Tory's memorable hook to the vibrant tropical instrumental, all the way to 6ix9ine's over-the-top shouting delivery. Everything just combines surprisingly well on this. I don't know why, but 6ix9ine's shout rapping works much more for me over these more kinda mainstream beats rather than the ones with a more cold or dark aesthetic. Not to mention, the build up to his verse is so great. Everything hits a peak right before he comes in, and it makes 6ix9ine's entry into the song even more explosive. Sure, the lyrics are some of the most basic I've ever seen him write, just look at this. But this is purely a song I listen to for how punchy and fun it is, not lyrical substance. Not to mention, the outro by Tory referencing the fact that 6ix9ine can't associate with Treyway anymore is pretty funny. This was such an enjoyable track for me. I honestly love it. Well guys, that's going to be it for the video today. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this one, and let me know down in the comments below, first of all, if you actually liked this album, and if you did, what your personal favourite tracks from the project were. If you want to see my twin's first reaction to this album, his reaction will be linked down in the description below. And like I said, you can find me on Twitter and Instagram under the name CDTVProductions. So thank you so much for watching. I'll have one of these out soon for JID's DiCaprio 2 album as well, so keep an eye out for that. And that's all I got to say for today, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you all in the next one, and this is CDTV Productions, signing out.